What's going on, guys? It's your boy Random Guy Kev, and this is Thoughts of a Random Guy. We talk about many things dealing with love, dating, relationships, adulting, life's ups and downs in the ever-evolving world of just being a human. Don't forget to check me out on all your favorite social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Today's topic is, what does self-care look like to you? And my co-host for this episode is...
Hi guys, I'm Sam.
Thank you, Sam, for joining me for this episode. And let's get into the topic. Like, what does self-care look like to you? For me personally, the real question is, are we all just depressed up to a point? And then we do minor things to alleviate the depression, not realizing that we are kind of depressed, and then we're good? Whereas other people are... they recognize the signs and they actually actively do things to kind of, help with their self-care process. For me personally, I tell everybody all the time, I seek therapy. Therapy is a great thing to go into because you have an unbiased person that you don't know telling you how fucked up you are and trying to help you figure out ways to, get above water, essentially, and stay above water. But, yeah, what are your thoughts?
I tell people all the time, I think life in general is traumatizing. Even if you have, the best life, shit's gonna go wrong. And I think, to your question, are we all a little depressed? Yeah, we probably are, because life is freaking insane, dude. And and we always try and just do. I think for the most part, most people just do. They're running on autopilot and they just go. But self-care, it's not like a day where you go to the spa and you're like, oh wow. I mean, that's part of it, but we have to take care of ourselves daily if we want to keep up with everything that's happening. And it's brushing our teeth, it's taking a shower, it's putting on face cream because it makes you feel good, it's putting on lotion on your legs because it makes you feel good, it's putting on a nice dress because you like the way you look in it. Taking care of yourself is not I think as niche as some people might make it seem sometimes. Like a cucumber water.
No, yeah. I mean, it's the little things to get that serotonin and get you feeling happier than you normally would. Because the moment you start playing around in your head, that's when shit kind of goes left. And depending really on your thoughts and how you feel about yourself. Because self-care, it's all about self and building yourself up and making sure you feel good. Not anybody else. So doing little things where meditation, going to do yoga, seeing a therapist, hitting the gym, doing things that are in your hobby that you like, painting, stuff like that, just hiking, is one of those self-care routines. I think I consider it as part of your self-care routine. It's especially when you go do your nails, you go to the spa, something, anything that makes you feel good. At the end of the day, I feel like is somewhat of a self-care thing for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and sometimes those things cost more, right? Going to the nail salon might cost more than just staying home and watching a movie. Oh.
When you're overwhelmed, do you ever just shut down?
Oh my gosh, all the time. But you know what it is I think right now, it used to be a shutdown period where I definitely would dive into my little depression hole and I'd be like, okay, I feel bad right now, so I'm just gonna keep feeling bad and lay in my bed and not do anything for a whole week. And I think that's a shutdown. But now for the most part, I really try to not shut down, but stop and think. Like, what is overwhelming me right now? Like, why do I feel this way? And sometimes, like, honestly, sometimes it's like I can't get my hair to look the way I want it to look. And it frustrates me to the point of like, I gotta go do something else. And then I think about it, like, why am I really frustrated about this right now? Because I feel like I don't have control of my hair. And it's a reminder that, like, I don't feel like I have control of my life right now. And so what's something that I could do to make me feel like I do have control of this situation and I have control of, like, my life a little bit? And maybe that's like, okay, well, let me see if, like, the salon has anything available today. And then I go and I do that. And, like, shutdown, I think, is pretty standard when it comes to feeling really overwhelmed and really depressed and really, like, a lot of these things. But
and when when you feel like things aren't going your way.
yeah, oh yeah. But I think it's a really good moment to just think, like, about why this is impacting you.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's, for me, like, I do shut down sometimes. It's just depending on how I feel. Like, sometimes my anxiety can be so overwhelming that I just like, all right, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to take a moment for myself, get my thoughts together, and then I'll come back and figure it out.
It's the best thing you could do. Actually, they even tell mothers now, like new mothers and stuff, that, like, if you're feeling overwhelmed and your baby's crying, it's okay to put your baby in the crib and let them cry for an hour while you, like, get yourself to a good state. Like, it's actually okay to do that. It's so much more okay to do that, because a lot of people, especially new mothers, will just, like, hold on to that thing while it's screaming your ear off, and they're, like, not in a good place. That's funny, mentally.
You said that thing. Yeah, hold on to that thing.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously I'm not a mother, right?
Hold on to that thing. You don't want to let it go. Don't throw that thing out the window.
But it does lead to really dangerous situations, because, like, then you have this, like, screaming baby, toddler, whatever, and you have it in your hands, and, like, you're already losing your shit. Your mind is already not in a good place, and, like, it's unfortunately how babies get hurt and how, like, that relationship can get damaged if you don't give yourself a minute to figure it out before you go into the situation.
Yeah, no, I agree. That makes sense. You know, you have to, again, when things become overwhelming, you just need to take a step back and assess the situation. What situation is overwhelming you? How did you get overwhelmed? And how can you kind of recover from this overwhelming feeling and get back on track?
Oh yeah. I don't know, my therapist says a lot of things, but but she does remind me that, like, I can't control everything as much as I would love to. I think, like, single children and eldest children very frequently try to, like, control entirities of situations, and they feel really overwhelmed when they don't have that control. And really, like, probably the amount of things you can control in your life, like, you can count on your hands. Like, the rest is out of your hands. It's up to the universe, and, like, however that plays out. And so, like, I don't know, once it's easy though to start feeling like, I don't have the control, it's out of my hands, and then feeling overwhelmed, and then trying to grasp at literally anything. I will start arguments, not even about me feeling like I'm losing control. I just start yelling at my boyfriend because I'm like, oh, well, like, I'm angry. And you need to be a part of it too, because now you're here. And that's a terrible thing that I do.
That's terrible.
It's so bad. It's actually so bad. But it's
terrible.
So normal, because, like, what I'm not doing, and what a lot of people don't do, is recognizing that, like, this feeling that I have has nothing to do with my partner and everything to do with, like, myself.
And I think a lot of people forget that a lot of times if you're in a relationship where you're dealing with people, it's not their fault. A lot of times it's just you.
Oh yeah.
You have to recognize what you're going through, because now you're projecting. Now you're projecting whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through onto people around you, and that's not good at all.
Yeah. And not to get too much into this relationship thing, but I did also hear this thing which was really good. And it was like, when you're in an argument with somebody that you love, most of the time you assign them like the opposite argument to what you have, right? So like if I'm arguing with my partner, like I'm assigning that his stance is the opposite of mine. When in reality, if I wasn't in this relationship, I would have to have both stances on my own. And I would debate both those stances in my own space by myself. And so, like, I really shouldn't be assigning it to my partner when really, like, what we're doing together is alleviating something for me. Like, this argument is even, like, personifying the other stance and is actually making it a more conversational type of, like, not argument, but like a more of a conversation than I would have to have it on my own. And like, we shouldn't alienate our partners. Like, communication is key, and like, we don't need control over every single thing.
Yeah, no, I get you 100% on that. And I feel like, okay, so when you get to this point, how do you seek help? What is the first thing you do to seek help or better yourself from that situation of kind of being angry, being in your thoughts and things of that? What's your first step for yourself?
I don't know if you can hear what's going on outside, so I don't know if I should answer or not. Okay. My first step is probably, I think, like, I ask myself, like, what am I really, like, what is this really about? Because for me, and what I've realized through therapy, is that, like, most of the time, I'm not actually freaking out about what's in front of me. Most of the time, like, what's in front of me was just a catalyst for all of these other things that I was already feeling. And so identifying, like, what's really the root cause right now is the first step for me. Because, like, I could get overwhelmed, like, oh, I have a whole workload and it's crazy and, like, I got a lot of shit to do. But, like, really, like, I'm an adult. Am I really saying that I'm stressed about, like, having an overloaded workload? Like, that's probably not real, for me at least. So, like, really, for me, when I think about that question, like, well, it's probably the fact that I'm moving, and on top of the workload, I have to, like, pack all these boxes, and I don't have a system for that yet, and I haven't even spoken about that with my with my partner, and we don't have a plan for that. And, like, on top of that, I still need to do my day, which means I need to, like, go make dinner, and I need to, like, feed myself lunch, which I haven't even done yet because I'm doing this podcast. And, like, and there's the answer, right? The answer is, like, I'm not upset about what's in front of me. I'm upset about everything else that I shut off during the day so I can look at what's in front of me.
So do you feel like, so I guess for this specific situation, you don't feel like there's enough time for you to get things accomplished and do everything on your list, so you kind of get frustrated and you're just, like, overwhelmed by that?
Exactly. But, like, ask me what I did on Sunday. Ask me what I did on Saturday. I laid on the couch and I didn't do anything. And so, like, it makes sense that I'm overwhelmed at this lack of time. And so, like, what could I do to make it better? Like, I should think about that.
Yeah. So essentially, you just ask yourself the question of, how did you even get here?
Right. And go for it.
Yeah, how did I get here? Essentially.
How did I get here? And that's something I learned in therapy. Because, like, and they'll tell you there, like, I mean, it's
yeah, no, I feel you on that. Right, like, for me, seeking help has always, it's kind of similar to that. It's like you said, how did I get here? Let me write that. And I always I like to write down my thoughts. I love to free my thoughts. That's a lot of where my best writing comes from, is just me just like freehanding it and just spilling it out all on paper, and then kind of reorganizing it in a way that so I can understand it, and just being like, okay, this is how I feel about this situation. This is how I got here. But how can we move forward? That's always the next thing. How can we move forward? Because time stops for no one. Yeah. You could be stuck in this hole, or you could be outside the hole building a house.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
that's on you. If you wanna build a house, you may have patches and stuff like that, but that's you filling those patches with some type of self-care that you do for yourself. And again, like for self-care for me, that is a number of things, like playing airsoft, talking to my therapist, going to having a spa day type thing for myself, for meditation. It's just finding my right escape. And a lot of people don't know what their escapes are.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think work is an escape. When people just like, they're happy to, go do work stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, not me. Like, work is not an escape. It's great for making money.
Yeah.
But work is not an escape for anyone. It shouldn't be.
Well, in a funny way, like, it is an escape, but like not in a good way.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not
but
escaping to a good place. You're escaping to a place where you have to like do work for money and deal with people and like.
But the other thing is, some people's work, the stuff that they do at work is like stuff that that at one point was an escape.
Oh yeah, like when people turn their hobbies into their
jobs
and their livelihood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's not an escape. Now it's something you're required to do to make a living.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, my mom she's a flight attendant, and she loves traveling. And before she was a flight attendant, she would travel so much. And that was what like guided her into this decision of being a flight attendant. And I was like, cool, like that's good for you. And now like she tells me like, working is my therapy. And I'm like, no. Working is your work. And like, you don't even like go to places you want to go anymore because like you're burnt out, and that's okay. But it's because work is your work. It's not your therapy. You don't go there to de-stress. You go there to solve problems, likely to do a job in exchange for money. Like that's why you're going there.
And then sometimes you're allowed to stay at a destination for a day or two, but at the same time you're still doing work. It's not really like that escape essentially. Right. But I mean, and that's the thing when I tell people, make sure you find your escape. Like your escape isn't something that you turn from a hobby into a job. I'm sorry, it sounds fulfilling to do that, which is great. You make money from a hobby, but now you need to find another outlet.
Right. Like now, what do you do for fun?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how do you separate like when you have fun and when you do the work for that thing?
Yeah. What's your next self-care thing? Because that the whole flight attendant thing where you still interacting with people. Sometimes I don't even like interacting with people when I'm doing my self-care stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, come on. Like interacting with people while doing self-care is annoying.
Yeah, it is. That's why, like, I don't know, like those people who can go to the salon and like talk to the hairdresser or like talk to the nail person. Not that like I just don't want to talk to anybody, and like I don't
fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Like that feels good. I might just knock out right here. You finish your thing.
Yeah. Thank you for everything you're doing. I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm resting my eyes and just zoning out.
I promise this is a compliment.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like when I go get a massage, listen, I am knocked out. And they know not to talk to people really. The only time like I kind of wake up is because I have to turn over, and that's it.
Yeah.
But listen, like I'm not trying to have a conversation at all. Even when I go get a pedicure, I think all men should get pedicures. I'm just saying, throwing it out
Yeah.
there. If you, scrubbing the fuck out my feet. Listen, I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna put music on and fall asleep. Don't talk to me about anything.
That's a good
this is
idea. I like
this
that.
is my escape. I want to go to sleep. Just no clear paint, no paint at all. Just scrub my shit, clean
Yeah.
it up, make it look nice, and presentable, and I'm good to go. Like, and just wake me up when you're done.
That's the
That's really
best.
it.
Yeah. No, it's
Wait,
a good time because
yeah,
you get to relax. You get to really like be in the relaxing moment and like just absorb it all.
yeah. No, I agree with that. So as we come to a close here, like again, what what's some advice you would give to people on what does self care look like? Not like this is self care and this is not self care type thing. What's some advice you would give those people out there?
Yeah, I think like find something that you like to do that you think makes you feel better
Mm,
and you can do on a consistent basis. Like I like doing my nails at home. I like taking a little cuticle thing and like scratching out my nails, using the nail file, clipping them the length I want them, and like,
mm,
and I do that, and I get to do that for like, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, once a week, and it's something that I like to do, and I get to spend time like with myself doing. I get to pick the way like I like the shape and everything,
mm,
and just find something that you can do that like you like to do that takes care of yourself, because if you
yeah.
like to do it you're gonna do it more, and the more you do
Yep.
it the better you're gonna feel.
Yep. I agree with that. Um, and it's like you might have to venture out of your comfort zone to
Mm.
find that self care
Oh yeah, I
or
mean
your escape.
meditating is a big one because I think a
Yep.
lot of people meditate, but it's something that doesn't come naturally to people, especially
Hmm.
with the way our attention spans are developed right now. Like
Yeah.
focusing on nothing but ourselves is like, whoa,
Mm,
how do I do that? But like it's a new thing for a lot of people, but it's also a really good thing.
yeah. I mean, and the thing is, you have to get into a routine of it. For me personally, I lock up 30 minutes to an hour of my day doing something relating to self care.
That's good.
And that could be meditation, reading my book, because right now my goal is to read one book a month. That's always been my goal for the entire year. So one book a month for the rest of the year. Um, you know, just taking a moment to let me go sit outside. It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily need to be meditation. Let me just go sit outside and enjoy the moment.
Yes. Well, that's where it is. It's in the moment.
Yeah. Let me just sit outside and enjoy the moment. Like I'll meditate. Again, I'll meditate. I'll read a book. I'll write something. Write my thoughts down. Just if the weather's nice, sit outside and enjoy the moment, and then kind of keep it pushing from there. Like you kind of have to come out of your comfort zone and determine, okay, let me find my self care if I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people know what their self care stuff that makes them feel better. Yeah, you may, go get your nails done. You may go do your haircut. You might go do, minor things, hit the gym. But then it's like, all right, what else? What else am I not doing that could help and benefit me?
Yeah. I would also say, like, and this could be its own topic on its own thing, but
Mm-hmm.
it's important also to remember that, like, I think a lot of people neglect self care because they're prioritizing other people or other things in their lives. And,
Yep.
like, people tell me this all the time, and I tell people this all the time, but it's real. Like, you cannot help other people unless you're helping yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so so frequently we're like, I'm not gonna, like, I have to take care of the dog and I have to take care of this and I have to do that for this person and this for that person. But like, when do you do for you? You have to do stuff for yourself. Otherwise, you are gonna fail in every other area that you're trying to be successful in. Like, if you're not 100%, you cannot take care of other people. You cannot take care of other priorities. Like, it does have to be a priority to take care of yourself.
Yep. No, I agree 100% on that. You can't save everyone. You gotta save yourself. Your priority first.
And then after, like, see who you can save. That's fine. Go for it.
Word.
But
nah, I agree.
And then when you start doing that, like, evaluate, like, okay, have I given too much? Am I feeling okay? Am I not feeling okay? Like, you gotta be number one.
Word. Number one, definitely. Nah, I agree. But thank you for coming on this episode. Where can people find you again?
Find me on pretty much everywhere at Airsofter Sam.
Thank you so much. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Don't forget to check in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.